Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how do I print mobile case. The model is TPU 2D mobile case. Is made from rubber, and the outcome of this case is usually very durable and very nice all the time. The case by itself is made by two parts. The actual case, you see TPU rubber, quite nice, and the second part is the aluminum insert, which is the actual printing going on it, and then we stick it on the top like that, and you're gonna have a nice printing case. This is for a model of Samsung Galaxy J6 Plus. Okay, for that to be done, you need some equipment. Most important, you need a sublimation printer, because the printing is done by sublimation. So I have my Sawgrass SG400 sublimating set up with sublimating inks inside. And then you need just a normal heat press, flat heat press. You don't need anything fancy like vacuum press and stuff. They use for 3D printing on other cases, other mobile cases. Any flat press will do the job like that, or like this, or behind, whatever. You got it. Okay, then switch on the printer. It takes a few seconds to load up. I use, as I said before, Silhouette Studio Business Edition. I already have done the design for the client, which is basically like 6 photos of some singer. I'm not aware who is that guy actually. Anyway, the design is done and it's ready for printing. I'll just put the case like that a bit. I'm shooting from my mobile, so sorry about that, but not professional in photography, just trying to show you guys how I do the printing of the mobile case in this moment. Okay, what I do in order to save some paper, usually, I'm not kind of stingy, but savings is savings, so I like to, if I just have to print one piece, I mean just one, like at the moment just one design for a case, and like I don't have other orders or few cases or anything else like mug or keychains or whatever. I just like to use it and flip it like that vertically, and then what I do is, when I set up the paper into the printer, gonna take just like this space, and then you can use the rest of the piece for another couple of cases or anything else you need. Just cut it the extra off and then use it again. Just a few cents, but save is safe, Okay, now we're going to print that thing. Okay, I use a Dice Up Magic sublimation paper. Usually I like to mirror it myself, so I just take off the mirror settings, which is automatically done when you open the printer for the first time, and print it normally. The size is A4 I use. Unicep product through Pick Classic. It doesn't give you many, actually it gives you many options, but the paper I use is not on the list, and I use always through Pick Classic, which gives me a nice outcome of the print, so I'm happy with that. And then we hit apply and print. Take a few seconds to get it print. In the meantime, I'm gonna switch on the press to warm up. It will take like 5 minutes or so. I'll maybe pause the video and then come back when it's ready. The printer is printing. Very quick print with this kind of printers. I'm sure you can, if you're just starting, you can find it from your local sublimation supplier or anything. I mean, anybody who is offering that kind of stuff around your place where you live. Here's the design. Now basically I'm going to cut the extra paper, my scissors, like this. I'm gonna cut it with one hand now, it's difficult, sorry for the shaky video once again. And then we can have the rest of it for another 2 cases, or maybe a couple of marks, or just, you know, a few keychains, something small. I like to fully use. Usually I have few orders in a time, so I just do it, you know, I use the whole piece of paper, but at the moment, for the matter of the video, and I have just that order coming at the moment, I decided to shoot the video, and that's why it's only one on the list. The temperature we use is this machine actually is Chinese. Let's talk for the press a bit. Chinese press. I'm not quite happy with it, but I use it just for my jobs, like small things like cases, or what else, like keychain, something small and flat objects. I found out that it's not giving me quite good reading on the temperature, and doesn't quite well keep the temperature up when I print like longer durations prints, like a slates or something. And unfortunately I still use it, but I found a trick. So you have to be careful with this kind of pressed Chinese one, because in the in the beginning it was very good, everything was very, it was working fine. Eventually it gives me some headaches, and sometime soon I might change it with a better quality one, or with new one, or I don't know. It's already a year and something I use it, so maybe it's very cheap press, maybe like a couple of hundred or less even from your local supplier, so you can't expect miracles, you know. Okay, the temperature I use, actually I started to talk about the temperature. Temperature, it's not in Celsius, here is set in Fahrenheit, so I use 380 degrees Fahrenheit, and the timing is 60 seconds, 1 minute. And the case, where is that? Here. The insert, I printed with the face down, so I put the design on the top, and then I turn it like that. Basically, I'll just leave it like that so you can see how I do the thing. So you can see that not much shaking. First of all, you have to remove the plastic covering, which every insert comes with on the top. There is a thin film plastic, like nylon or something, just to protect the surface. You remove it, just use your nail to start the edge, and work out slowly. They are very thin, so you have to be gentle with this, because you might bend it if you use a little bit more force when you do something with this in your hands. Throw away this. So I usually avoid to touch this surface, maybe oily fingers or something, it might spoil points of the print or just not look nice. I didn't experience actually that, but just like a little bit precautious measurement, so I just avoid touch it. Okay, as you are here and still watching, I'm not pausing the video yet, I'm just getting the design. Like to use like centimeter on the top, all sides actually leave like a, so this is the spare paper, you can use it for a couple more mobile cases. Just throw this away for a moment. The design, I just make it short and nice. I'll tell you why. It's because of my specific how you call it, the way I print. Because when I take it off from the press, I'm gonna just immediately drop it into this jar or plastic bucket or whatever with water. I fill it up with some water, it stays always next to me, and I use it for the aluminium keychains and mobile cases, the inserts. When I get it off from the press, just immediately throw it in, stop the sublimation process, the sublimation process, and it's very hot. I mean, I don't have time to wait. It's cooling it up for 5 seconds, then you just take it off, dry it up with a towel, and you can work with it and continue, you know. Okay, I'm sorry. Here's the design, placed nice. This certain design is 6 pieces, I mean 6 photos. The client wanted with 6 photos. I informed her that it will cut some kind of, you know, the design, because there are camera holes which are basically now at the moment facing part of the face of the guy on the face. So, but the client is fine with it, so I'm not bothering anymore. You have to consider almost every kind of case you do, because they're all different. So just talk with your client, tell him the photo is correct shape, not fitting well, or you have to edit it something, inform them. It's nice to know what's going on and how it will look actually at the end. If you have time, send them like a copy of the design when you do it in your software, like a mock-up, you know, how it's gonna look like. You know, most of the time I ask the people to send me the correct photo. If I'm not happy with the photo they send me, I ask for another one. You know, I just explain I need rectangular and stuff, the people to be a little bit under the, you know, not on the edges, so when you cut it in, the outlook is bad, you know. So basically this is the case ready to be printed. The temperature is almost 330 degrees, so until 380. We have a couple more minutes. What I like to do, I use some plain copy paper, I have plenty, and just cover the bottom, the bottom of the press, and then the case itself. This is the measurement just to protect in case of some bleeding. Sometimes the designs, not sometimes, but most of the time the design is overlapping the case. So if you put it like that without covering on the top with the copy paper, maybe you're gonna make dirty your platen, I mean your heating element. This one actually it comes with a coverage, I mean sheet like this one, just silicone sheet or something. It's all actually installed underneath on the on the heating element. So for that press I don't need to put this kind of thing, and just a piece of paper to protect it like that. Be protected. As I said, the case is face down, it's very thin. I found out that if I print it face up for 60 seconds, it gives me darker outcome onto the design. And then when I research, here the press is ready beeping, when I research some more settings how to, I found out that people suggest we flip over with the face down. So the press is ready. In 60 seconds, my display is kind of fucked up, but we close and we start the hit the start button, counting down 60 seconds. The pressure is medium, you don't need much of pressure, it's flat totally piece of, I mean the printing, sorry my English, the printing case is very flat, so you don't need much of a pressure. Normal one, medium will do. So basically when it reach 0, it will start beeping. I switch it off, take the insert and drop it into the water in there to cool it quickly. Just leave now the camera still here. Okay, still 15-16 more seconds, and then I use just my towel. I have a towel here to gently, without bending it, dry it up, so it can be immediately put glue on the actual TPU case. There you go, ready. Take off this. Usually my paper stick on the bottom, so I just put it like that. Gently catch it for the corner of the paper which is not hot, and you can here just drip it into the water. Don't touch the case, it's very hot. Use the edge of the paper, right? Otherwise you risk your fingers. So now it's cool. 5 seconds, that's it. you can work. Because I'm very tight of space here, I work from home, you know, kind of business, but you know, just supporting my family. I like doing these things, custom gifts and etc. So I work on my press here quickly over the paper. Don't get wet around. Gently take off the tape. It's a heat resistant tape we use, and here's the outcome. Nice, crisp, good print. Very gently use it. Use the towel flat like that. Don't bend it to screw the case. After that you need to be flat well until you put it on the actually on the rubber background. Okay, that's it, it's ready. I was going to tell I use heat resistant tape, as everyone is aware perhaps. This is a special heat resistant tape which actually the name talks itself. Resistant heat. So when you print and you use tape, it's that kind. This is a good fat one. There are thinner as well, but this one I don't like them, so by mistake I stocked them, so I'm gonna use it anyway one day, but so far I'm using that one. Takes less tape. Right, get the press back. Now we're going to glue that insert into that case. The case also comes with a protective paper, which is on the self-sticky background, so you have to remove the paper again. They come with this bullshit, but it doesn't work well, so I don't use it. But anyway, you just remove the paper somehow. You got my idea. Okay. Now this is sticky glue. Okay. I had in the beginning some complaints, which basically customers in a time, maybe in a week or two, they told me that when I put that and glue it and press it and, you know, squeeze it a bit, you know, press it on the top to stick well. In the time being, I mean, after a few weeks or something, few days, a week, something like that, it starts lifting up the edges or kind of. So basically I don't trust much of that glue. And to make sure I'll not, and since I start doing this, I never had ever problem anymore, such a complaint anymore, and that's for a couple of years already. I use kind of this glue, you know what I mean, quick drying, Yoo-hoo, whatever kind of quick drying glue, a liquid one, and what I do is just basically point here and there, drop around the corners, not much, I mean not very near to the edge, but maybe like a 1 centimeter, maybe 0.8 of the centimeter, almost 1 centimeter nearby. And the point is because when you put the insert on the top and press it, I had it before, the glue goes out of the case and ruin the design because it goes over the printed insert and make it mess. So just very tiny. Usually it doesn't take too much, but I'm talking now and trying to watch on the camera and flash, and it's very difficult. So that's it. I don't know if you can see, just kind of small drops of glue all over around, a little bit in the middle, that's it. So let's move to another place where I can just actually show the last trick. Okay, so I'll be able somehow to put the foam not to move. I'm gonna use, one day I'm going to get a better camera with stand and everything. So far I'm using something what I have in hand. Okay, now I'm going to show you how you do that on the case. It's tricky a bit, and I had quite a few times in the beginning when I screw the case, when you don't manage in the first place, from the first try, you don't manage to put it straight, or just you twist a little bit the edge and then it's fucked up. Then you have to take it, it's bending, it's crap, I mean, it's rubbish. So the trick I'm using, and I found out with a lot of case after case after case printing, is you just basically catch the 4 corners with your hands like that. Let me do this somehow so you can see the whole tiki, the whole case. Or maybe I just move like that the camera so you can see the whole thing, kind of. Okay, so you catch it like that, place it above, and you keep it just with the two, and on the beginning where is the camera hole, you make sure you hit exactly right both corners like that, and then you use as a rulers your 2 fingers to rule it, and on behind putting it as a last, and it fits very well. Then what you need is just to press, nice, press without bending it because it will ruin it, it will make it shit. Just press straight like that everywhere, and that's it, guys. You have printed J6 Plus mobile case with some unknown for me guy singer perhaps. Anyway, the girl will be happy. The outcome is very nice. Let's move a little bit to the light here outside my storage. This is it. Basically, it's how you print a mobile case, sublimation printing. Very few equipment you need, and it's very simple. Cheers. I hope you enjoy. See you in the next video.